I am a Sufi. In our Sufi tradition, the notion that God has 99 names, which are qualities of God or features of God, and they are all true of the human. All the humans have the same, except our quality is at the end of the beginning and the limited. And God's quality is in the infinite. And that journey from the finite to the infinite is what religion brings to us. And all my effort is to come to that.
How do fatwas relate to the Sharia? Are they part of it, or are they standing next or outside it?
It is outside it because it is someone's understanding of what Sharia is.
Okay.
And I am only accountable for my understanding of Sharia. Because as a Muslim, I am responsible for my comprehension and my experience of the Quran and of the Prophet's example. But when I listen to someone else issuing a fatwa that is an authoritative decree, that person is claiming to assert what Sharia means for me, which may not be what I believe to be true. So a fatwa, as it has come to evolve, is a function of power. It is not a function of piety. Khomeini had no authority, spiritual or mundane, to rule on whether or not Salman Rushdie is or is not an infidel or an apostate.
So that implies that in order to save real spiritual or religious feelings, you defend the possibility of apostasy.
Absolutely. I say that exactly.
That's a beautiful paradox.
Because,
contradiction.
Because if I don't have the possibility of being an apostate, I cannot have the possibility of being a believer. And my struggle is precisely to take all those elements that distract from my inner struggle to be a Muslim, which is nobody else's business except my own.
Our history heavy with many mistakes from the other, so from Europe or from America. The miserable Middle East, we became miserable from the other, not from the Christian or from the Islam or from the Muslim. We came miserable from the bad powerful, which all the people show now what is happening in Iraq. When I was in Geneva with 25 peoples, we did dialogue about what is the real problem between the countries. Is the deen, the religion, or the political? All of us, we finish from one word, that the real problem from political, not from the religion. And why I say that? If we are all of us one religion, all of us one color, all of us one culture, their life is going to die.
Yeah.
This is our different, this is the source of our life. About the meeting in Geneva, I met there a professor called Yehuda. I asked him, Yehuda, you are coming from different nationality, from different culture. You are going to make war with each other in Israel.
Yeah.
We are going to destroy everything. Powerful not going to give you absolutely any peace. You like this war? He looked to me and said yes.
What would you advise to the Dutch Muslims?
To be be sincerely, to take care of your country. So I like the Muslims, women or men in Europe, share with this culture and with this civilization, except it is not hate your religion. If the Islam, the countries of Muslims and Europe make musalaha, سعفني أمير musalaha, they make share with each other,
we can build a beautiful
future and change many things from our memory and from our history.
Exactly.
We need it.
Exactly.
Oh, I hope that. I hope from deep of my heart to find that.
What I find interesting about Islam, and this is true certainly of Judaism as well, is that it's an orthopraxic religion. It is the things that you do that make you part of the Muslim community, not so much the things that you believe. Now that is not to say, of course, that belief doesn't matter. Of course it does. But what I'm trying to say is in the continuum of belief and practice, of doctrine and ritual, in which all religions have, the balance of these two that exist in all great religious traditions, Islam puts a great deal more weight on practice than it does on belief. And so therefore, when you talk about Islam, you often talk about the so-called 5 pillars of Islam. And 4 of these pillars, the fast, the ritual fast of Ramadan, the annual pilgrimage of the Hajj, the 5 daily prayers, the salat, and the almsgiving, are all issues of practice.
Yeah.
They're all about the things that you do. And only one of them is a matter of belief. And even that statement of belief, the so-called shahada, there is no God but God, Muhammad is God's messenger, is a profoundly simple idea. It's simple, of course, only on the surface. When you really dig deep into it, when you truly start to unravel the theological implications of the idea that there is no God but God. And certainly in the Sufi tradition, which tends to break that statement down to a much more fundamental level, the great Ibn al-Arabi, who changed the shahada from there is no God but God to there is no reality but the reality. You can really dig deep into that statement, but the truth of the matter is that on its surface it's an incredibly simple idea, and it's one that can be absorbed into a host of cultures and ideologies and traditions, which is precisely why Islam has spread to every corner of the world and why it is expanding at such a rapid pace, and more importantly, why it is such a diverse and eclectic religion, what I would call the most diverse and eclectic religion in the history of the world. It's precisely because its creedal formula is so malleable. It can be so easily interpreted and reinterpreted and absorbed into different ideas and cultures and situations and contexts, that it allows Islam to be whatever people want it to be.